Welcome back, YouTubers, to another WWE vlog with me, Daniel Parkin, and this guy sitting next to me, NJ.
What's up?
What's up, NJ? What's up to you people out there? In this video today, we're going to be giving our opinions on a couple of things that are boggling our minds at the moment. NJ, please enlighten these people exactly what is boggling our mind at the moment.
First, Cole vs. Lawler and what's going to happen next. Alberto's second chance. Our opinions on the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. And Miz and Cena's rivalry.
Four good subjects that I have a lot of opinions about. But before we go into our video, make sure you lot subscribe up above if you want to see more videos. Make sure you like the video as well if you like what we're talking about, and make sure you comment down below your thoughts on what we've said. Also, make sure to catch us on Skype. We're a regular user of Skype. We'd love to talk to you guys about wrestling. Add us on Skype. My Skype is daniel.parkin01 and NJ's is NJ1988. Also, don't forget to add us on Twitter and follow us on there. My Twitter is Daniel_Parkin and NJ's is NJ17, I believe. Yes, that's right. And also, don't forget to add us on Facebook as well. You'll see a Facebook link in the description box below. Don't forget to get your questions in for our Q&A, which we'll be filming next week. So get them in quick. You can get us. You can add our questions. You can ask us questions on the comment section or in Facebook or message us of some sort. So yes, after that, let's get into this video then. NJ, what are we going to talk about first?
We'll talk about Michael Cole after their not so great because of the GM match at Wrestlemania. And what he did on Raw.
Well, I think the main thing we need to talk about here is, wasn't their rivalry supposed to end at WrestleMania?
That was said by both not superstars.
God, superstars. Don't go all, worldwide entertainment on me now.
No, both commentators then, how they both said that we'll finish at WrestleMania, and sadly they didn't.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you had the great build up to a match. They had their match, which wasn't the best match ever. But you had probably the biggest stage and the biggest thing that end their feud with. I mean, you had WrestleMania, you had the match there, you had a stipulation, you had Stone Cold Steve Austin as the referee, and for some reason the rivalry just did not come to an end.
And I think, to be honest, even if the GM did not get involved and Lawler won, Michael Cole would have still carried on. I think it's just that Cole wants to be the one who gets the upper hand over Lawler and finish it. But sadly, coming up to Extreme Rules, between now and then, their rivalry is going to continue.
Yeah. I mean, this rivalry was, a pretty good one on Raw. I kind of like this rivalry, but at the same time, I just want to see them go back to commentary again.
And we thought before WrestleMania, how are they going to go in commentary together after beating themselves up? But sadly, they didn't beat themselves up enough.
Cole has found a solution. He now has a coal mine, of course,
which somehow prevents him from getting attacked by Lawler,
even though it has no roof.
No roof, but now we're going to see, I'm feeling straight up, we're going to have Lawler versus Cole at Extreme Rules, and the outcome will sadly be, as I've said before, Lawler will get injured and he'll get taken out.
What about Cole?
Then, yeah, it could have been Cole, but to be honest, I think Cole's the youngest commentator and he'll be there to live on.
Well, he is developing into quite a heel character, so probably you see why WWE want to carry on with that.
So that's why I'm thinking Lawler might be the one to go out,
probably, but we won't know. What about the addition of Jim Ross? We saw Jim Ross commentating, and we saw him on Raw as well. We saw Michael Cole squirting barbecue sauce in his face,
and it got reported later it got in his eye, so that's going to add more to it. And I think Jim Ross is going to want to get payback.
Yeah, but what is he actually going to do? I mean, he could add a lot to it. I mean, he's best friends with, Lawler's taken his position on the announcers table. He's probably best friends with Jerry Lawler. I mean, that could add something to the rivalry, and it could probably end it in a culmination.
Well, one of the culminations that I'm seeing now is that it's happened in the past. Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler, you've seen Jim Ross first before, versus Cole and Swagger.
Oh, jeez. And on the subject of Jack Swagger.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack Swagger getting a little push at the moment with Michael Cole, getting more heat with Michael Cole than he has ever in his career. But I guess that shows really how good of a character Michael Cole is, to be honest.
Yeah, because I don't think, Swagger in the past, he hasn't really had the it, WWE's it.
From the moment he took 3 minutes to get the Money in the Bank off, and from the moment he won the title and then lost it again within a month or so, he's just gone downhill.
And saying that Michael Cole is slowly lifting him up, and when that comes to an end, I think he'll slowly go back down.
Yeah, it'll be a push that goes to nowhere, kind of like someone like Michael Cole, not Michael Cole, Mark Henry or someone.
Well, Michael Cole could still go down wrestling-wise, yeah.
Okay, do you have any other thoughts on that?
I just look forward to see if it is going to continue between now and Extreme Rules.
Okay, because this kind of brings me on to Alberto Del Rio, the fact that he's getting his second chance at Extreme Rules. At the same time, this Alberto should have won the match at WrestleMania to culminate his big push that he's been getting since the middle of the year last year. Kind of like how the Michael Cole Lawler rivalry should have ended at WrestleMania. The rivalry not necessarily should have ended, but Alberto definitely should have got the title. But we had a number one contender match on SmackDown, which Alberto Del Rio won, which was which rightfully should have won, because he should have won the title at fucking Mania.
Well, at Mania, my prediction, as I've said before, I'm pretty saying that Edge probably had his last WrestleMania now, and he won it just because he wanted to win his last WrestleMania. So I think now that's finished, done over these Winners Mania, Extreme Rules is coming up next, and that's when he'll drop it.
So Del Rio will get his title at WrestleMania, but they were given a title at Extreme Rules, sorry, but Edge was getting his moment at WrestleMania.
I think that's what WWE were doing for him.
Okay, and it's a ladder, and secondly, it's a ladder match as well, which should be a good match. But what about Christian as well? Was there anything? Christian and Del Rio fought each other 3 times. Christian won the first 2, and Del Rio won the mattered. Will Christian get involved? I mean, I want him to get involved because I think him in there could be really good.
Well, I'm glad, because I think it was obvious Alberto was going to win. To make a Christian Edge work, Christian would have had needed build-up. He would need to have ball out with Edge for it to actually work. The fact that didn't happen is good. Alberto and Edge, who's had all this rivalry and stuff in the past, is going to make their match even more interesting.
True. It kind of made that match an anticlimax, kind of, because you kind of knew Alberto was going to win. If Christian and Edge faced, they'd be best friends.
It would be a good match, because it's 2 great superstars, but then again, it wouldn't have been as exciting.
And you could have, the great thing is about that, you could have built on their past. Even though they're best friends now, Christian could easily have had a heel turn, and you could easily have built on their past.
There's still time for him to have a heel turn, but the match is set. No Extreme Rules now. Okay,
so speaking of Extreme Rules, I, in particular, and NJ as well, because he has thoughts on this, we're going to give our opinion on Extreme Rules as a pay-per-view. Now, we all remember the pay-per-view Backlash. You know, one of probably the best pay-per-views ever, because it continued the story from WrestleMania. It continued feuds and started new feuds. But ever since it's gone into Extreme Rules, since the PG era, it's kind of first began starting, there's been no blood, and because of PG, they've had to sort of filter out what you can do. The weapons aren't being used as they should be, and that means the pay-per-view concept is really good, and on paper the matches look very good, but the end result is the content of the matches isn't really what you expect.
Well, with Extreme Rules, I've not bet when they first had it. I just thought, no, you've got rid of a pay-per-view that I enjoyed a lot. You've made a thing that's all about weapons, and now in the PG era, weapons are not going to be used that well, so you should scrap it. Bring back Backlash, which would have worked. And
the thing is, a Backlash, like you say, you could have had an odd ladder match in there, and that would have been understandable because it's a normal pay-per-view that continues feuds on WrestleMania. But Extreme Rules, you're expected to use weapons, you're expected to have big spots, you're expected to have ladder matches, you're expected to have tables matches, and it just doesn't work as a concept when you're in a PG era. Like Hell in a Cell wouldn't work, or like, you know, another, like TLC wouldn't work, although that is not a bad pay-per-view in my opinion.
Well, with Extreme Rules, I'm just like, again, it's not a pay-per-view that I would say I'm looking forward to. They can make the matches as big as they can, and I still wouldn't feel it because it's Extreme Rules. It's not actually a pay-per-view that I love.
Yeah, and also it takes elements from ECW, which is finished now, and we need to just move on from it, really.
If you're not bringing back Backlash, WWE, have a replacement that is just as good as Backlash.
Yeah, but you'll never get better than Backlash, in my opinion. But anyway, one other thing I wanted to talk about was after John Cena and Miz's awful match, in my opinion, the match in which we spent clearing up all our rubbish from the front room. That was, you know, what is going to happen now? Because after that match, it's very clear that Cena and Miz can't put on a main event. No, are they still going to have main event matches?
Sadly, my prediction is the way Cena is, and we've seen him in the past. I think, to be honest, he's still going to go after Miz for 2, possibly 3 months, and then he'll go up and face someone else, and Miz will go up and face someone else.
But at least with The Rock and Cena at WrestleMania 28, you know that Cena isn't going to have a huge title run, or he's not going to have a huge feud with someone during that time. He may need a feud, but he's not going to have a big feud with, say, someone like The Miz. So you know at least that they're not going to be facing off consistently throughout the year in main events.
No, because we have said earlier in the video, or just recently, John Cena and Miz, they haven't got the it. When you put them against each other, they're not like other wrestlers we've had against each other.
They don't have the in-ring chemistry that someone like, say, Miz and Morrison would have.
To be honest, with Cena, just do it for 2 months. Scrap it, get rid of it, and bring someone into it.
Question, NJ, for you. Which match was better? Miz and Morrison on Raw for the title, or Miz and Cena at WrestleMania?
Gosh, that was a hard question.
Well, I want your opinions.
God, that is a hard question. Really, come on now, Dan.
Well, I know what you're saying.
I know what you're saying.
Alright, go on.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Which match was better?
The best match was obviously Morrison and Miz.
Exactly, so they should go with that. Sure, it was the better match. You know, it was more entertaining. They have more in-ring chemistry together. So let's see this. Let's see this match and have Cena go off and face someone like CM Punk.
Well, after 2-3 months, I think in those 2-3 months they'll be number one contenders. You'll see Morrison getting better and better and better. Then when the Cena and Miz is finished, Morrison will step in.
And I think this is where Money in the Bank will be a big influence on the WWE title picture itself.
Between now and then, Morrison will keep growing.
Okay, so who do you think Miz would drop the title to in the end? Because I don't think he's going to drop it to Cena. I can't see that happening.
No.
I see them building him as a legit champion against Cena, and then maybe culminating in a Morrison Miz feud. I hope, but it might be alternate. There might be a Triple H feud. Who knows?
My guess, as you asked, is Morrison needs more building up. Orton, again, they've done that.
Yeah,
they could relive that.
And Orton's back matches are boring as well.
But I'm thinking, as we've seen before, this might not be impossible. You might hate this straight away, but you've seen Punk get different crowd reactions. So between ending up in WWE, between now and after the Cena feud, maybe Punk could show signs of
turning babyface.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's interesting to say that because they've also, I think WWE have also been discussing Miz as a babyface. Which I think, well, the thing is, because he's been facing Cena, but it's because he's been facing Cena that he's been getting pops, not because he's been with the crowd. It's because he's facing Cena, who most people hate. So they can't really make him a babyface.
What are they thinking?
At least they can make Punk a babyface because he can be a credible babyface.
And that'd be a great opponent for Miz.
Yeah. All right then. So have we covered everything we wanted to cover?
Yeah, that's it.
Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, we've said
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Very good. All right then. So we're just going to finish off by saying, make sure you leave your thoughts on what we've said in the comment section below. Also get your questions in for our Q&A. Leave them in the comment section below or on our Facebook page or any other way of getting in contact with us, whether it be our Twitter or our YouTube page. Get your questions in as soon as you can. This has been it from me and NJ. So we will thank you very much for watching our show, and we'll say goodbye.